Is it me or is this shift like a big deal? I may just be looking for it, but I've been noticing a lot of ground balls getting through.
Yep. It's not even just ground balls. It's just there'll be, I don't want to call them soft line drives, but catchable baseballs that are hit human level in the infield that are just getting through for base hits that would have been right at someone, or balls that you could have at least taken a couple steps over to catch that are just getting right through. There was a couple times over the weekend where I saw a line drive and be like, that was an out last year.
It is so much fun. So much fun watching these dudes range. So much fun. I love every minute of this.
What's like the number one thing that has stood out to you from all the rule changes? Because I think at one point the Orioles were 10 for 10 in stolen bases against the Red Sox this weekend. So I think the stolen bases, like I don't, when people were saying, oh, the stolen bases are going to go up, I think a lot of us thought that there was some exaggeration to that in terms of how much they're going to go up. But I think the stolen bases are going to be fucking through the roof, and you're just going to see overall more offense. Like I think you're going to see teams putting. Or let me ask this question to Jay Hay first, because the more I'm interested in like the more analytical thought to this. Do you think when we were talking about the 4.5 to 5 minute average between balls and play prior to this year, when you're talking about 5 minutes between action, balls and play, was there a correlation to the shift? And do you think that more teams will try to put the ball in play knowing that the shift is banned? Do you think that there's a correlation there?
I think if that's going to happen, I feel like it's going to take more time than we current. Like, I don't think a team can shift its entire. You're talking about like a team philosophy in terms of putting the ball in play, right?
Taking pitches, yeah, like seeing more like trying to work walks because we don't want to, like, if we hit into the shift, like we have a better chance of working a walk than we do pulling a ball to the right side and getting a base hit here. So let's see some pitches and try and work a walk and get on base, versus if we put the ball in play here, we might have a better chance of getting a base hit than we would if we were just sitting around picking our ass trying to work a walk.
Yeah, now, I think that might happen on like an individual or situational basis. In terms of like team-wide philosophy, I would be surprised if we see like significant changes in swing rates, you know, when we break them down by splits, or like ground ball rates being way up because teams are like, I can put the ball on the ground now and have a little bit more success. Like, I don't think there's any question that we're going to see more success when grounders are hit, but I would be surprised if outside of like the anecdotal individual instances, if people will, if team wide or league wide will see shifts in like an increase in ground ball rate or something like that. But I will say this, it made me look up, and again, small sample size caveat, it's kind of ridiculous to compare 3 games league wide to 162 games league wide. I get all of that, of course. But if you look at pulled ground balls by left-handed batters, which is kind of like the shift thing, league-wide right now, the batting average on balls in play on those type of batted balls in 2020 was 150, in 2021 was 156, in 2022 was 148. And this season so far, it's 175. So that might feel like, oh man, that's all shitty, right? But like your ground balls are often turned into outs, right? So it's interesting to me that there's already like a 25-point increase in that early on.
And then for Dallas, having done the spring training games and now you've got one series under your belt with the pitch clock, do you think that who is more uncomfortable? Is it the hitter who has less time to take a breath and prepare and be thinking about, all right, he just threw me a changeup on 1-1. Like, what do you think's coming
prepared?
Next?
Who's less prepared?
So it's situational.
That's what it boils down to. Who's less prepared? You and I are going to school tomorrow to take a test. Did you study? Did I? Whoever studied more is going to be the one that's more comfortable. Whoever has an idea of what they're trying to achieve in the moment, who has ever been able to slow the game down to this moment and boil it down to this moment and process all the information available to them quicker, whoever is in that position is the one who is less affected by the clock. They have an idea of what pitch they want to throw. They just read a swing. They just read a take. They understand the defensive alignment behind them. They know where they want to go with this next pitch. As opposed to the hitter who is going, oh, fuck, man, just took a good swing at that. I don't know what this guy likes to throw 1-1. I'm not sure. Looking up at the clock, shit, 10, 9. Got to call a timeout. He hasn't figured out how to compartmentalize his thoughts and get himself right and clear his space so he can execute. So advantage pitcher. But if it's the other way around where the guy is just dumbing it down and he takes the heater and is like, all right, look good, steps out and is ready to go. Well, he, just by virtue of not being paralyzed by overanalyzing the situation, could be more prepared for the moment as opposed to the pitcher going, oh, fuck, well, he's just statued that take. Maybe he's looking for something soft. I don't know if I want it. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck, now I'm not on the rubber. I'm not, So whoever is more prepared in the moment. But as of right now, that's why I always talk about having a game plan on the mound and knowing what you want to do. Because the clock, as it sits, is there for us as pitchers to use to our advantage. Because that guy has to be somewhere on time, right? He has to be in the box and looking at me at 8 seconds. I could be standing on the back of the fucking dirt at 8 seconds and jog up to the mound, lock in, and throw my pitch. And if I get comfortable figuring out how to do that and that hitter doesn't, advantage me.
Yeah, that makes more sense. There's obviously nuance to it. But yeah, you're definitely seeing guys getting frustrated out there on both sides.
When you're watching hitters, what hitters do is like when they get 2 quick strikes on them and it's a foul ball, that second strike, I see guys call their timeout because they're like, all right, 2 strikes. And you know what that signals? Dare I say this? That would be considered a 2-strike approach in some places. In some fucking circles, that actually might be considered a developing 2-strike approach. Why? Well, because now I've got 2 strikes on me and I need to think about this a little more as opposed to just going, fucking here it is. Maybe this one's only going to be 450 instead of 475. Why are you calling timeout? Oh, you trying to slow the game down? Oh, is getting on base a little more important to you? Why are you calling timeout? Just fucking swing the bat, pussy. Just like they tell us, throw a fastball, pussy. What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? Get your ass in the box, dummy. See ball, hit ball. What's so hard about that?